It took Andrew almost an hour to calm down before he could go home. I did not expect to receive such news on this day. He didn't want to tell his wife and then his daughter everything. At 8 years old, she should already understand everything. He had no idea how everything would be. The house had been tense for weeks, and Andrew felt that his news would be like a joker in an already losing game. The house was eerily quiet for the late evening of the last day of the school year. His wife Anne was sitting in the living room with a glass of wine and several newspapers lying on the sofa next to her. "Hello? Why is it so quiet, honey? Where is Ollie?" "She's with her mother." "I'll pick her up later, after our conversation," she replied. Andrew was at a loss. She couldn't already know. "There's no easy way to say this, Andrew, so I'll just say this. I met another man and fell madly in love with him. Tonight I'm leaving with him on a month-long trip. We're taking Olivia with us. She was told that she would swim in the ocean, and she was ecstatic." "What?" "The divorce papers are ready. I will have sole custody of Olivia. I know this isn't easy to hear, but this month will allow you to have a cleaner breakup. The documents will be officially handed to you tomorrow, and when I return, we can discuss the details." She stood up and walked to the front door. "Wait. I want to see my daughter. Andrew, Michael, and I decided that it would be easier for Olivia if you didn't do this. So that she wouldn't look forward to it too much, she was told that you might be able to join us on the trip if you could take time off from work. Hopefully in a few days, she will stop thinking about it." "There is no way you will do this. I'm calling 911 right now and telling you that you're kidnapping our child." "Don't make a fool of yourself, Andrew. Michael is a powerful attorney and has an incredible network. All this has already been provided for. Just accept the new reality, dear. Michael says it will make things easier for everyone." "Anne, today I learned something that I have to tell you about now. It makes a difference, trust me." Andrew's throat was so tight that he could hardly breathe. "Oh, I'm sure this is very important, Andrew. But trust me, it can wait until I get back, okay? Bye." The driver is waiting. "I'm dying, Anne," he shouted as she left. "Don't be so dramatic, Andrew. You will survive." She got into an unfamiliar car that was waiting for her and disappeared 10 seconds later. Andrew tried to call her, but she left her phone on the bedside table. He then tried to call his mother-in-law to talk to Olivia, but there was no answer. He called 911 and reported the child abduction. 2 policemen came to give evidence and told him that he would hear from them within 24 hours. In the evening, he received nothing and collapsed on the sofa long after midnight. The next day, Andrew woke up with a pounding head. Police had not yet released anything this afternoon, but Andrew received a text message from an unfamiliar number. Attached to the SMS was a photograph of Olivia, Anna, and an unknown man. They were all on the beach. A real family photo, but with a different father. This is all. Game over. Anne was glad to be home after a fantastic but tiring trip. She was surprised but also relieved to see that Andrew was not there. The house looked as if no one had been in it for a long time. The divorce papers and the glass of wine were in the same place where she had left them a month ago. There was an unopened envelope on the sofa, but what intrigued her most was that all of Andrew's clothes and personal belongings were still in their bedroom or in his home office. Seeing that her father was not at home, Olivia went to her best friend who lived across the street. Anne plugged in her phone to charge it after a month of inactivity and saw that she had received several calls from an unfamiliar local number. It could wait. She needed to wash a bunch of laundry. She was about to leave to run some errands when the phone rang. "Mrs. Ann Coleman?" "Yes, it's me. My name is Christine Ryerson from Bellevue Palliative Care. We have already tried to contact you several times today. Ma'am, it is my sad duty to inform you that your husband Andrew passed away early this morning." "What? What the hell? Palliative care? What is this? A joke? Because this is not funny." "Mrs. Coleman, I was informed that your husband was never able to tell you that he has an aggressive form of glioblastoma, an incurable form of brain cancer." After this, Anne did not hear anything Mrs. Ryerson said. She sat on the sofa, completely stunned. A few minutes later, the doorbell rang. "Are you Mrs. Ann Coleman?" asked the young woman. "Yes," Ann answered hesitantly. "A letter for you, ma'am. For any questions, please contact Mr. Robert Horton, attorney. His business card is in an envelope. All the best." Ann opened the letter with trembling hands. "Ann, thank you so much for allowing me to say goodbye to Olivia. Don't worry, I left something for her. Over time, she will understand what you did and what kind of father you replaced me with. Andrew." Please like and subscribe to the channel and you will never be cheated on.